Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too-big-to-fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. If you want a good laugh this morning, check out this video. We got it on the BJ and Migs page of KISW.com. And it's a woman who was just casually talking about a mouse hanging in her car. And then it falls on her, and she's no longer casual.
Right, when there's just a mouse hanging in my car. Oh my god! It's literally on my... Oh my god.
So pull off to the side of the road, crazy lady.
Yeah, really? As she's driving, recording, and a crazy mouse is in her car.
Yes.
She's just, everything that's right with America.
What could go wrong right there?
What a shed.
Just go to the side of the road for a half a second, assess the situation, calm your nerves, and then get back on the road.
See, why can't somebody track her down? See, I want our law enforcement officials to actually track her down and give her a ticket.
Yeah?
I mean, she's on Instagram. She's findable.
She's findable.
You know what I mean? It's like she does. This kind of stupidity does not deserve to be unrewarded, if you know what I mean. She should be given a ticket.
I'm sure if you just type in like hashtag crazy mouse lady, you'll find her or something along those lines. Man,
well, if they
would trip me out.
Yeah, it would trip me out too. But I would pull the car over.
Yeah,
and I wouldn't get on Instagram. I would get the mouse out of my car is what I would do.
Yeah, let them have a little, or put them in the passenger seat so you can ride the HOV.
Yes.
At the minimum.
Well, that's what you would do. I mean,
man, it's just like this. The poor mouse was climbing up on the window.
Yeah, imagine how the mouse feels.
I mean, holding on for dear life, and then it just finally said, "I can't hold on anymore, guys."
Yeah,
it's like an end of like an action movie where you're like, "No." Although it wasn't an action movie; it was someone's car, and she freaked out. Poor little mouse.
Starring The Rock as the mouse trying to get out.
I'd watch that movie.
Yeah, you would watch that movie.
Probably would too.
Yeah.
Poor mouse.
Yeah. I'm really doing my best not to sound like the old guy, but...
You're not doing a good job.
Yeah, you're really bad at it today.
Let's track her down and ticket her.
Yes, because she's in a moving vehicle, and the first thing she thinks of is to let her friends on Instagram know about this situation.
In all fairness, we don't know if she posted it on Instagram while she was still driving. She probably did.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. She may have just recorded it and then posted it later. Yeah, you're right. I should be a little bit more lenient.
Look, I mean, she would deserve a ticket if the cop spotted her, but I'm not going to go that's what they got all the time in the world to do is check people's Instagram pages, track those people down and give them tickets.
I think there should be an Instagram division. That's right.
Wow.
They're talking about reallocating the funds to the police department. Why not this? We know she's guilty.
The Instagram crew.
Yeah, because it's right there. The evidence is there. This is what I want the police doing.
Well, can we call them the Insta-Popo?
The Insta-Popo.
Yes.
All right, there we go. Danny likes it.
Popular with the kids.
Danny rolled his eyes. That means he likes it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm down. I'll be the number one police popo.
Okay. Police popo. Wow, you're really getting the lingo down.
Now you're just repeating yourself. Police popo.
Well,
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Danny. From the police popo.
It's Insta-Popo?
Yeah. Come on, Danny. Instapopo.
Hashtag.
Yeah.
Right.
Dude, seriously, you don't think the Instapopo would be busy with all the idiots out there? Seriously? You got this.
So how do you give them tickets? I think then we have to get with the times, and you just send them a ticket via direct message.
Yes.
And if you have your direct messages turned off, that means you're avoiding the Instapopo, and that's also a ticket.
Here's your fine, by the way.
What's
no internet. Like you lose internet access for a week or so.
Or do you lose all internet, or do you lose the page that you were being stupid on?
Well, I'm going to let you make the call, Judge. You're the judge of this whole thing. You're the judge, the jury, and the institutioner.
Okay, then you go to the Insta Police.
Yeah, the Instapopo.
Or the Insta Prison.
Insta Prison? Ooh, I like this.
Where you meet Insta Bubba. And he just inundates you with spam.
Wow, he Insta loves you.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, he just sends you dong pics. Repeatedly.
Oh, okay. So this
for
will...
the entire time that you're in Insta jail.
Okay, I love this plan. So basically, what you're saying is they've got to live Vicky's life.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Hey, Vicky, you've been in Insta jail for a long time because you've been getting those dong pics for a long time.
I didn't even do anything.
No, she didn't do nothing.
Right.
All right.
That you know of.
Yeah. So Vicky, Vicky will be in charge of sending the dong pics if we don't have Insta Bubba because she's got plenty.
Ooh, can I draw them?
Oh, you want to draw the dong pics? Okay.
I will admit that.
Well, they have those the what are they called? The artist that shows up on the
sketch
crime
artist.
Yeah, that.
What do they call those sketch artists? I'm not sure what they call them.
So she'll be the dong artist.
She'll be the dong artist.
I've received so many that I should be able to draw them pretty well.
Okay. Well, I like this plan. We might have to see Vicky's first attempt.
Okay,
I
maybe
think
not.
if Vicky was going to be a superhero, she would be the dong artist.
Well, she is now.
Yeah, she is.
Someone draw that.
Somebody call the DA.
Please.
The district attorney?
No.
The dong artist.
Oh, man.
Oh, hold on, Steve. You're going to do it? He's doing it. Okay.
Okay.
He wasn't
I wasn't gonna.
But now, dong artist. Dong artist.
Gosh. Vicky's her fault.
Dong artist.
This is on you.
Dong artist. Dong artist.
I hope people sing in the
Dong
car.
artist. Dong artist. Oh, ready?
One more time, everybody.
Donga, 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 donga. Dong artist.
Coming soon to the CW.
All right.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
Everything is better electrified. Like the guitar, toothbrushes, or cars. And Hyundai has the widest range of electrified vehicles on the market, including the first ever Tucson and Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. You can use electric when you want it or gas when you need it. It's your journey. Evolve it beyond the pump in the 2022 Tucson or Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. Visit your nearest Hyundai dealer or learn more at HyundaiUSA.com. Call 562-314-4603 for complete details.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. There was a survey out. They said, all right, people.
Yes.
Here's what we want you to do. We want you to name the top signs that someone is a bad driver. And they came up with the 10 ways you can tell that somebody sucks at driving.
See, this is tough because I think there's things that make somebody a bad driver, and then there's some things that just make people suck at driving. Like, I know it sounds weird, but like someone who's driving 60 miles per hour in the passing lane, it might not be necessarily a bad driver, but they just suck at driving.
Yeah, they definitely suck.
Because they're slowing everyone down. And then, like, I get it. Like, nobody, like, you want to put your foot down, not on the gas pedal, clearly, but, like, you know, you're like, this person's riding my butt. I'm not going to move over just to spite them. And it's like, well, you know what? Like, there's like 12 cars now waiting to get past you, and you're just slowing it on for everyone.
And you are in the wrong because it's a passing lane, so you really shouldn't stay there anyway. So yeah,
but it's a speed limit.
Yeah, you're just being a douche. I feel that way sometimes when I'm in the middle, or if it's a multi-lane freeway, maybe I'm in the third or the second lane, and I am going the speed limit. And this happens in California a lot, where it's just like the speed limit to them is just they don't even care. You know, you're on a major freeway with like 6 lanes.
Just go.
Oh, yeah, dude, they're insane. It doesn't matter what lane you're in. You cannot go the speed limit in California. They just get mad at you because you're only going the speed limit, even if you're in the furthest lane possible from the fast lane. And, you know, I think that makes somebody a bad driver. I think when you go beyond the speed of what the average speed is on the road, like, you know, you have to go with the flow of traffic. And I think if you're the person that's going way slow or the person that's going way fast with the flow of traffic, you're a bad driver.
What about the crazy weaving people?
That's the way fast guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that guy.
Constantly just I mean, it's not like, sometimes it's like, it's clear that we're all stuck in traffic. It's not bumper to bumper, but it's to the point where we're all going maybe 30 miles per hour or 40 miles per hour on the freeway. And they're doing that weaving thing and maybe get 4 cars ahead of you, but did it in such an aggressive and dangerous way.
Yeah. And it's completely
I'm not
illegal.
A fan of those people.
Yeah, it's completely illegal. Cops will pull them over because you're not supposed to change lanes quickly like that.
They need to pull more of them over.
I know. I wish. Personally, that's why I'm in favor of cameras. Put cameras everywhere so that they can record it and then just go find them.
Drone cops.
Yes.
Yeah, they should.
I love that
idea.
idea.
That's the start of a really bad sci-fi movie.
Okay, fine.
My favorite is the people that do that and then proceed to give you the middle finger because it was your fault. They wanted to weave in and out.
Oh yeah.
And wanted to get ahead of you.
Yeah.
Or when they go really fast and try to get in front of you to the light, and then you end up like you end up at the same red light for a good like 5 minutes, and it's like,
exactly. You're right.
For nothing.
You're in the same place I'm in, jerk.
That's like the best feeling ever when you just pull up, and they probably don't even know that they zoomed past you. But like in your head, you're like, "Remember me? I was 6 cars ago, and now look where we are."
Yeah,
sucker.
Yeah, the number one thing on this list is excessive speeding. Yeah, and I think that the weaving guy is I mean, I've seen excessive speeders do that. They just weave very, very fast between cars, and so I would put that in the same boat.
You know what? I don't know if it bothers you guys as much as it does me, but I just feel like, you know, you got a cruise control. Maybe you should use it because I hate the person that's just like not consistent with their speed. Yeah. So all of a sudden, like you're driving, maybe you're like stuck behind them, and they're doing 55 miles per hour. So you go into the other lane so you can pass them because they're in the passing lane, even though they shouldn't be. You're doing now 65. All of a sudden, you want to get around them. Now they're doing 70. And you're like, okay, what are we playing? Some kind of a stupid game?
No, that's the person that's texting.
I know, 100%. Yes. They're looking down, so they slow down. And then all of a sudden they realize, oh, this car behind me wants to get past me, but I don't want to let that happen. So they speed up again. Or when you're trying to like put your signal. I have a lot of complaints. I drive too much.
This is fun, yeah.
You know what? You've talked about tailgating. That's number one. You've talked about cutting people off, the weaving guy, excessive speeding. You've hit the top 3. Just you. What else you got?
What about the one where you hit your turn signal because you're trying to get over into like another lane, and all of a sudden there's plenty of room for you, and you're like, okay, I got plenty of room. I put my signal on. As soon as you put that signal on, that car that's like however far away from you zooms up, like speeds up because they realize, oh no, I can't let this car get in front of me.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
That's the only time where I think my wife hears me curse while driving. Yeah. I'm like, you son of a mother effer, and whatever like bumper sticker they have in their car, I now hate whatever it is they're bumper stickering. Like I'm like, screw you, Candlebox.
Yeah.
Wow. The emails, Hillary, the emails. I'm like, all of a sudden, like I care about.
Sorry, Hillary, you would have won the election if Steve did not get screwed by that guy.
Right, that's me. I will now hate anything that you're a fan of. Because I'm like, screw that person.
So
Sonic
it sounds like
left town.
Sounds like you're number 4.
I'm just way too pissed off.
Yeah, constant road rage.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
I feel like after this conversation, you are in a constant state of road rage because of all these other people.
That's the only one that leads me to have like a road rage where I start cursing and getting mad in my car because you could have caused an accident.
Yeah. And that's the problem. People don't realize that whatever reason, it's like, dude, we got to cooperate on the road. And I don't get the fact that, look, unless it's a giant truck that's going to pull in front of you and you're like, oh, I don't want to look at this the entire road. That I can appreciate. And even then, you got to still be cool because those trucks, man, those are big vehicles. You got to make sure you don't F with them. But otherwise, if any other car gets in front of you, so what?
I always hate when somebody speeds up when they realize a truck is trying to get over into a lane. It's such a...
Oh, that's a D move.
Yeah, because, I mean, that guy or girl, whoever's driving the truck, I mean, it's not as easy for them to pump the brakes and slow down. And all of a sudden you got this person. I get it. It sucks that you now have a car that's potentially going to be driving a lot slower because it's a truck. But, like, anytime I see a truck putting their signal on, I'm slowing down. Let them in. I mean, otherwise it's just like it's not worth the accident. It's not worth the headache.
Yeah, you got to be aware. I'm aware. Like when I see buses and trucks that are on the side or whatever, I'm like, ooh, I feel like they're going to pull out soon. My brain goes, I feel like this the way things are going. This person, I don't know if it's intuition or whatever, and so I immediately give them space. I'm like, I bet his blinker's coming on right now, and then it does.
You feel it.
Yeah, I mean, because you can just tell if you really pay attention to driving, you can feel what's about happening on the road, and
True.
And then you can do stuff and be a good driver. This one over here is not using your turn signals. It irritates the crap out of me. Number 6.
That's New Mexico in a nutshell.
Is it?
Oh,
California
yeah,
too.
They don't know what turn signals are at all.
Is it the
whatsoever.
Southwest? Maybe is that what it is? Because California, same problem.
For the most part, I see people around here are using their turn signals.
Well, we're Pacific Northwest. We're better than everybody else down there. That's why I like to think we're better. I'm with you, Steve. I think we do a pretty good job around here. But man, Danny's talking about we're in New Mexico. I'm down in California visiting a lot, and these are the same high-speed freak shows, also with split lanes for motorcycles. And you're not using directionals? Are you out of your mind?
The other one's kind of funny. It's not a big deal, but like when you're trying to like leave like a parking lot of like a store. And, you're waiting for all these cars to pass, and then a person that starts turning into the same parking lot. And you're like, man, if you would have put your signal on, I would have known I could get out of this parking lot. Like, because you're waiting, and then by that point, then all the other cars. I'm just hitting microphones. I'm so pissed off about this, man.
Hey, how you doing?
How about this texture? The freaking brake tapper.
Oh, yeah. I don't see that in the top 10, the freaking brake tapper. I don't see that. Some of these, I think, are interesting because we've talked about, look, the big ones, speeding, cutting people off, tailgating, constant road rage. Number 5 is using your horn too much, which is interesting because, I mean, when you live in the Northeast, your horn is just a method of communication.
It was the way before cell phones. That was the way to let somebody know you're outside of their home and you want to pick them up. You would honk the horn.
Now it's considered a microaggression. It really is. If you beep at the people the wrong way, you can be cited in our state.
It is funny. There are times where you want to give like that, just that little tap of a horn, just because you could tell the person in front of you is on their phone and they didn't realize the light went green. But you don't want to be aggressive with it and lay your horn. But sometimes you hit the horn a little too hard and you're like, oh, man.
Yeah, you're that guy.
Like, now how do I let them know that I'm not really mad? I was just trying to look out for them.
I know. I wish we could come up with a signal that nobody would be pissed off at to say, look, you have to know if you're looking at your phone, you can't be mad at me when I tell you you're looking at your phone and we're waiting. You
know what they need? They need a wife like mine who is like apparently staring at the stoplight, waiting for it to turn. Because if I don't start moving once it turns green, I hear her go, and I'm like, are you just staring at the light? Like it just turned green and you're already telling me to go.
I have people like that in my life. It's good. And I'm also that person when I'm the passenger. So I think because you get distracted, especially if there's people in the car, which, by the way, this is number 8 and this is me. I need to be better at this.
Backseat driving?
No, talking too much while you drive.
Huh.
To the passenger.
Oh.
To the passenger. I get lost. I miss exits, everything.
Yeah.
I don't even hear the person. Like I don't hear Google Assistant telling me which way to go.
That's actually really true. The first time that I ever came to Seattle, BJ took me over to West Seattle to see if I liked it. And all of a sudden he misses the bridge. And we are like in Soto. And he's like, there's supposed to be a bridge here somewhere.
Wow.
But he had been talking the whole time.
Yeah.
You missed the bridge. Now we're in the water. And
and Danny, see, that's why I have to admit it, because I know it's happened, and not just with you. It's happened with a lot of people. I tell folks, if you want to have a conversation with me, you need to drive. Otherwise, we're never going to get where we need to go.
I had an Uber driver once where they were driving me to my place, and they kept talking and talking. I didn't mind it. Like, it was like, oh, this makes the ride. It was coming back somewhere, but like he kept missing all the exits because he kept talking, and then he's like, his GPS was saying it, and I'm watching him. Finally, I'm like, hey, man, you're missing all the exits. He's like, oh, please don't give me a bad rating. I'm like, I'm not going to give you a bad rating, but how about we just listen for the exits?
Yeah. That's
Finally, I just told him where to go because I'm like, I know where I'm going, but you don't want to be that backstreet driver person.
Yeah, you just got to know as a driver, when you talk too much, it distracts yourself.
All right, here's a good one. It has nothing to do with being a bad driver, but just with driving. Because like I said, some people, like when you're on the freeway, like, I like using cruise control. That way I'm not being that weird, like, I go from 55 to 75. Like, I don't know what speed I'm going. What's your desired cruise control speed? Because one texter brought up one, and it's exactly mine as well.
Well, it's illegal.
Okay, you rule breaker.
Well, it is,
Hold on,
but
let
I
me
mean-
play this while you tell us then.
Yeah. Well, it's illegal usually. I mean, there are some places where it's not, but what I notice is the best cruising speed on a freeway is 70. I mean, that's what people go. I mean,
that's only when I'm around schools. That's
Yeah.
what I do, 70.
Yeah. I mean, 70 is what everybody goes when there's
Not
not
me.
traffic. What do you go?
Come on, BJ.
Oh,
Come on, dude.
It's so true, though.
Oh.
I set my cruise control
I'm an idiot. Of course I should know what
to
it
the
is.
nicest speed
There we go.
in all the land. As one texter says, Steve, I set my cruise control to 69 on
Nice.
167.
Of course.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And when I don't, and I'm driving, I look down and see how fast am I going, and I see it says 69. I'm proud of myself. Like, man,
I
you're
should
in the
do that.
zone.
I should do that for you from now on because it's very close to what I do when I want to put the cruise control on.
And in my head, I'm thinking, well, because they always say like I've had actually a cop tell me once when he pulled me over, even though he pulled me over for going 5 miles over the speed limit, and then messed with my head when I think he was just doing it just to screw with me. He's like, typically if you're like 10 or under on the speed limit, we're not going to pull you over.
Well, then what happened typically?
I didn't want to even bother to ask. I was
That's
like, this
the
is some
lamest
kind
thing
of,
in the world. You
I
were
think-
going 5 over, and he goes typically.
But I was like, I was already in the wrong. I don't feel like having more money dinged out of my get worse on a ticket because I'm all of a sudden questioning this guy. I was like, is this some kind of like Super Troopers game you're playing with me? In my head, I'm thinking this.
Yeah, because I would have said something and got more ticketed.
It wasn't worth it, but typically what I always go with is 69 because
Yeah.
it's nice.
Nice.
I can't believe you didn't know. I'm very disappointed.
I know. I didn't. Well, you know what? I forgot. That should be yours. Yeah.
Is that Vicky's too?
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Danny?
Because it's under 10.
Yeah, I probably 69 as well, actually.
Okay.
That's what's up, BJ.
That's
I'm
nice.
sure Rev does it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Fair enough.
Look at you. You're the bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the bad boy going 70.
Like, oh, I don't want to say because I'm breaking the law.
Yeah. Because I know. I mean, I want to be responsible. I'm a duly deputized broadcaster here. I have to be responsible.
Someone said 69, baby, from Nora and Paulsbo.
Yeah. Okay. That'll be my new one. And apparently you guys say it's under the 10 mile an hour threshold. So why not?
This person says my speedometer says 71, but really I'm going 69, so I always have to have it at 71.
I have no idea what that even means.
He's just adjusting. It's just a little off.
He realizes that his speedometer's wrong.
Ah, okay.
So for some reason his speedometer's 2 miles per hour faster than it really is.
How does he even know that?
Maybe we went by one of those signs that says you're going this amount of speed.
Oh.
And there's some apps that will tell you how fast you're going.
Oh,
like
right.
Waze will tell you.
Oh, there you go. Okay, he's got it.
When you go by those like little speed things, when it says like what your speed is.
Yeah.
Do you guys try your best to hit that number exactly?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
So no, I just try to go. I try to make it blink red.
Oh,
You want to stop.
slow down.
Oh, you want it to be in the piss mode. There is the, hey, watch out mode.
Yeah.
Good job mode. Then there's the, what the F is wrong with
Yeah.
you mode.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
Those signs work like a charm for me. Like there's a part in Gig Harbor when I'm going down the hill towards like where the water is, and they have one of those. And because you're just going down the hill, you lose track. You're like, I'm just going, and I'm zooming. And I don't feel like I'm going super fast. All of a sudden, red light, slow down. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, robot.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. If I can't afford to pay my bills, how am I going to afford attorneys and bankruptcy fees?
One of the things people ask me all the time as a bankruptcy lawyer is that how am I going to pay all these fees and costs because I'm here because I can't afford to pay my bills. And of course we understand that. I mean, being in the bankruptcy field. But one of the things to remember is that if you decide, once you make the decision to file bankruptcy, you can stop paying on all of the creditors that are going to be included in the bankruptcy, and those are the funds that you can use that you have been paying your creditors to pay your attorney fees and court costs to get your case filed. And once your case is filed, you're not going to have most of those payments anymore.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.